Hey, great morning to you all. I hope that you all woke up grateful to be alive again another day. And I hope that you've reminded yourself already of all of the things that you have to be grateful for. And I'm talking even down to when you were making your coffee. Were you grateful for your coffee this morning? Well, then be grateful for your capacity to make the money that you made to buy the coffee. Appreciate the senses when you sip your coffee. Be grateful. Be grateful when you can smell that coffee brewing or tea or whatever it is that you're drinking this morning. Be grateful that you have the capacity to physically make it for yourself. Be grateful that you're alive again today for another magical day of life. There's a lot of things that you have to be grateful for. And it wraps so much into this morning's topic of investing in yourself. And being grateful for all your senses and your capacities is one of the hugest investments. And you will feel the return of that. I hope, guys, when you're seeing limits, you're getting creative. And I hope when you're seeing obstacles, you're taking the time to learn. And I hope when you're seeing setbacks, you're assessing and reassessing and redirecting your energies. Because I'll remind you again this morning, the universe is never working against you. And I want you to understand the energetic investment that the universe has made into you today because you are alive. So, I guess the universe believes in you. Or you would have been called out of this experience. Okay? You're here again today. So today, I want you to invest in you. Just the way the universe has. The universe has given you the power of the all-knowing and infinite unconditional love for you to take that and invest it into your own being. Just the way the universe has, and it's giving you the electrical current that you need to have this experience of your unique reality that you're creating for yourself. So there's nothing more than the return that you get off of the investment of investing in yourself. Why don't we do it? Because we are conditioned and programmed to do differently. As we grow up, we're taught, we have to act a certain way, we have to do things a certain way, we have to abide by certain laws, then we get influenced as to what we will like, what we don't like, because we're role modeling. Scrap all that stuff and invest in yourself. Figure yourself out. That's the hugest investment you could have. What makes you tick? What do you like? Forget what you were installed with to like. Today I want you to focus on you. Because as you're looking out, the eyes are seeing outward. You are not looking within. So, today I want you to change and shift that mindset into an looking inside and investing in you. Now, there's huge investments that you can make in yourself. And I'll talk about that this morning. The first one is not to hold any kind of negative thinking within your body. The return of that investment for you is any larger than any return you're going to make financially. Invest in yourself in a way that you are going to be loving in everything that you do and say to yourself primarily first. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself enough to only decide to hold thoughts that are your own because you are feeding your energy to that. So what do I mean by that? Okay, life happens. So we have people, situations, circumstances that are happening around us all the time. But what are you holding as the thoughts about them? Invest in yourself enough today to make sure that those thoughts are correct. No matter what's happening outside of you, because none of that matters. What matters is your well-being. We've been taught how to treat others. We have been taught to invest in everything else but our own well-being. Invest in yourself. That's the biggest investment that you could ever make in this world. Be gentle, be loving, be kind to you. You know, we're so worried about if we're doing that for another. Because you're investing in longevity of relationships and other things externally. Well, hey, invest in yourself to the point where no other relationship matters but the relationship that you have with yourself. Don't battle your being. Embrace and love yourself. It is the best investment that you can make in this experience. Because everything after that is a piece of cake. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we have to live that we don't like. But invest in yourself enough. Because you matter the most in your experience. Invest in yourself to the point where you are going to hold a grateful vibe for your being all the time, no matter what. Invest in your being so that you can seek the learning in everything and anything. Somebody's standing in your... Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Somebody's standing in your face. And you know better than what they're saying to you. Leave them with their truth. Invest in your well-being. Once you make people aware and you give an allowance to change and their free will not allow them to change by their own choices, invest in yourself enough to let that be. It's not on you, that's on them. Let them reap and sow what they are going to grow for themselves. Invest in yourself enough to keep your garden clean. That's what I mean. And the return of that is priceless. It's priceless. I come out here and I encourage you all to get it right, but none of you really have any clue of the magnitude that I have to live in my life. And I won't sit here and play a poor me or a pity party either, because these are choices that I have made for myself, and everything is for learning. And I'm living with it. But I am making an investment in myself right now that is greater than any investment I can make outside. And I was reminded of that last night. Because before I went to sleep last night, and I calmed my being, and I thanked the universe for my day and for getting me through the day and asking for a very smooth ride today, because that's what I do at the end of my day. I don't just get up and be grateful. I make sure that I go to bed grateful too. Why? Because I'm investing in my tomorrow, should I be granted it. Why wouldn't I want to take that 5 minutes? Because literally that's all it takes. But the return of that investment in myself is priceless. What I have to endure in a day, I leave there. I leave it there. I'm not going to let that shackle me to anything today. I'm a brand new person with my own free will to choose whatever I would like to create for myself today, whether it be my thoughts, my talks, my action, my walk, my whatever. That is all of my doing. And the only goal that I have to do today is to be better than I was yesterday. For who? For me. And that's it. Because the investment into my own being, like I say, is priceless. Zulu, can you stop, please? Okay? Honestly. And the return of that is in, if I want to be okay, I have to own that. And I have to invest in that. It's easier to just say it than do it. Yes, and that's why you have to do it repetitively. And every day counts in this. This kind of work, you don't get weekends off. The paycheck you get for this kind of work, the investment in yourself, is greater than any paycheck you could ever receive. Because when you realize that all you've been doing has been hard on yourself because of what others made you believe about yourself, you're going to want to fix that. And you're going to invest in yourself to do it. Take a look at your beings and invest in yourselves. Invest in your wellness. Don't let your thoughts steal your energy. Let them empower you. Invest in better thinking. Invest in loving yourself unconditionally. No matter what. And no matter what another chooses, it doesn't matter. That's not on you. Understand that. And we internalize things that people are doing around us or towards us. Nah, listen, it's all for learning how to be a better being. You got to get sick of running the gauntlet, because it's only you doing it to yourself. And you got to invest in yourself. Empower yourself. Tell yourself good things, no matter what. When you feel yourself not feeling so good of any magnitude, you practice that pause. And you breathe life into your being. Because that reaction is only going to last 60 to 90 seconds, should you allow it to. You got to invest in yourself, though, enough to actually look and listen at all the things that you're doing as a being. Only you know what you need to correct, and only you know what you are carrying. Only you know what is hurting you. Only you know what is causing you pain. Only you know what can make you feel better. Nobody can do that for you. But while you're walking through life distracted with everything but, well, you know what? You're not getting the most out of your experience or the capacities of your being. You're not. So I encourage you all today, get it right. Invest in yourselves, because the return of that is worth so much more than you can acquire outside of you on any day. And we get distracted by the things we have to do, and we get distracted by the interactions in our life, and we get distracted by people's expectations of us, and we get distracted by responsibilities. Don't distract yourself from anything. Don't distract your own being from your wellness. What do I mean? Well, we get caught up in our day-to-day stuff, and then next thing you know, we're overwhelmed, we're anxious, we're depressed, we're freaking out, we're angry, we're hating, we're blaming, we're shaming, we're judging, we're okay. And before you know it, you're feeling all of that. Invest in yourself enough to not shame, not blame, not guilt. Allow space in your being for another's free will, because that's their experience. They can choose it to be whatever they want to be. Allow them to do that. And don't think about it. Because as you're thinking about another and what another's doing, they are feeding off of your energy, because you are giving them that in your thoughts. That's why I don't engage in any kind of talks that are not meaningful. If I can't have a conversation with somebody that means something, I shut up. And it will take, for one person, I could be communicating with somebody, talking to somebody, and it could take for them to say one thing. And I'm, whoop, okay, gotta go. That's what I do. I'm not going to engage in an argument. I invest in myself. I gotta go. I don't stay where I don't feel loved and appreciated and heard and valid and worthy. No, I gotta go. I invest in myself enough. Don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. Let them walk in my skin and then tell me something. And that's why I'll take the learning from people. Yes, because people teach us things. But that's all I'll take. Literally. And that's the investment I make in my own being. On a daily basis. Okay, girls, can you stop? Sorry about that. My dogs are trying to get on my nerves this morning, but it's only because they want my attention. Anyway, guys, your investment in your being is greater than anything that you could ever invest in outside of you. And I want you to understand that to the magnitude that it is. The universe invested in you for your experience. For you to get the most out of your experience. How do you do that? Well, you invest in your own well-being. By being loving to yourself. At all times. In your thinking, in your saying, and in your doing. And I'll tell you straight up, that shit's hard at first. Because when you start listening and hearing and really taking a look at the things that you're doing and saying, and you'll be like, why am I doing this to myself? Why? Whoa! Okay? Speak highly of yourselves at all times. Invest in your being. Believe yourself to be greater than you ever were made to believe. Because guess what? You are. You're greater than anything that anybody has ever explained to you in your life or showed you in your life. So invest in yourself to get to know yourself. And correct the things that need correcting. And you know what they are. And whether or not I can feel it on a being, because I can, what needs to be corrected and all kinds of other things, and I can feel all kinds of things in people's energies, and that's why I don't hug people and I don't touch people if I can avoid it. And if you get a hug from me, well, hey, you're a special being, because I don't hug just anybody. All right? Because I can feel things off of people. And when I can be in your energy bubble and I'll feel stuff, but when I touch you physically, I feel every single thing. So I don't like to touch people. And I don't like them to touch me. All right? So, but I invest in myself enough. Hey, great morning, Smitty. I love you lots. Happy to see you out here. Trying to tell people to invest in themselves. I'm really happy to see you out here. I want you to have a great weekend. No, you deserve it. You're so awesome. Awesome, awesome. See, I think about you and I just think, yeah, I feel like a little girl. Yeah, but guys, seriously, your thoughts are key to your investment in yourself. Okay, honestly, when you think about your thoughts and they take energy from you, well, you got to check your thoughts to see if they're really harmful or helpful, and you got to really just invest in yourself, because it doesn't matter what another's doing, saying anything. If you're occupying space in your own brain for them, you're giving them your life force. That's what I want you guys to understand. Your life force is investing in you for you to get the most out of this experience. So why are you squandering that and giving that to anybody? Entangling yourself in what other people's free will is meant to give them for their learning. You can't argue with that. If it doesn't sit right with you, you got to invest in yourself. Yeah. If something is not making you feel right in your life, no matter what it is, you got to invest in yourself. Tell yourself good things. That's what I mean. The investment in oneself is just taking the time and practicing the pause and getting to know yourself. Correcting all the things that others made you believe about yourself, that are self-limiting, that are damaging, that are destructive, and change that. Because you do have the power to do that. So invest in yourself to do it, people. Because the return on that is beyond any kind of financial return that you can gain on this planet. Once you start understanding your power and that you've been creating a destructive path for yourself, no matter how great you think you are, oh boy, you're going to quickly fix that. Yeah. How do I know? Because I'm living it to learn it. And you got to live it to learn it. You can't sit back and just... No, you got to live it to learn it. And it gets easier the more we invest in ourselves every single day. At first, when you realize how negative the thinking has been and how destructive your own being has been for yourself, hey, you're going to want to change that right away. But invest in yourself to do it. Because there's nothing outside of you. No person, place, situation, circumstance, scenario, nothing. Nothing that means more than you do in your experience. How could it? But we've been taught to make everything else a priority except our own selves. Make a conscious choice for yourself to invest in your own being. And that's what I had to do. And every day of my learning that I'm granted another day on this planet is another investment in my own self. Why? Because I'm going to learn to take the emotional charge out of everything that's ever hurt me in my life, to chalk it up as wisdom in my soul. Hopefully I won't have to come back here. Simple as that. Because if you don't acquire all the learning, well, you're going to come right the back here to learn it. So I don't plan on doing that. But I got to invest in myself to figure it out, eh? And I got to correct all of these things that have been harnessing me to hell for all my life. Because now that I've changed it in my mindset, hey, why would I ever want to go back there? Doesn't matter what's going on around me or what I have to live. I know I'm sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves me no matter what and wants me here. And that's all that matters. You think another person matters, what they think about me? Nah. You know why? Hey, because I'm investing in me. So while I'm doing that, another's concern is not of mine. What about me? Well, I'm doing me. I'm investing in me. That's what I'm doing every day. And I really hope that you guys are doing the same. With a high vibe that you're grateful for all your senses that enhance this experience for you. And your capacities as a human being. I really hope everybody's grateful for that. Honestly. Invest in yourself to hold a grateful vibe. Be appreciative of the things and the people in your life that have made it easier for you along the way. Because anything that's made it harder for you along the way, you've allowed it to happen. And you weren't investing in yourself while it was. So you got to invest in yourself. Simple. Guys, I want you to get the most out of your experience. How do you do that? Hey, you put yourself first. You love yourself unconditionally no matter what. And you know what? Understand that my self-talk that I had to go through to get it right. Oh, everybody knows how I talk. I don't hold my tongue for anybody. So I'm hard on, well, I'm not hard on anybody, but everybody seems to think I'm hard on them. So just imagine how I talk to myself. But I had to slam myself from the third ropes to get it right when all that negativity wanted to overpower the goodness I was trying to hang on to. Yes, I did. And I had to slam all those falsified notions of why I needed to escape my reality, which shackled me to addiction. I had to slam that from the third ropes. The fuck? You think that was easy for me to do? But I did it because I invested in my own being. It wasn't the drugs that were ever a problem. It was the way I saw my life that was a problem. It was never my drinking that was a problem. It was why I felt I needed to drink. Well, because I modeled that too in my family. But then got blamed for it years later. Oh, please. How did I learn that these habits were acceptable? Well, with what I grew up with. So the investment of in myself was real. Why would I think that I didn't deserve greatness in my life? Well, because I was made to believe that. So I had to invest in myself to correct that. If the universe has invested in me for another day of life, there's a damn good reason why I'm here. And I will invest in myself every day to figure it out. And to be a better being no matter what. Because I still don't have all my stuff together. What do you mean? But guess what? What my higher self is telling me right now is that I am to pause. And the investment in my own pause right now is going to be a glorifying result. So I have to trust that. You think I consciously in my brain pattern come out here and sit and do the lives? No. That's why I'm out here early. When I get a vibe and there's something greater than me pushing me, that's when I come out. Because in my conscious brain, I got nothing to say. But my higher self certainly wants to come out here and speak. So I let it. Invest in yourselves, people. Every day. No matter what. Don't let any person, place, situation, circumstance you got to live shift your well-being ever. Ride it out. Breathe. Understand that everybody has a free will around you. And what another chooses for themselves has nothing to do with you. But what you choose for yourself has everything to do with you. So invest in yourself and your well-being. And don't let anything take that from you. Why? Because you matter the most in your experience. And I'd like you all to get it right and start investing in having better thoughts, having better ways, having better talks about yourself, feeling better, And it is very much possible, if you take the time to believe that you are the biggest investment that there ever could be in this experience. Invest in your own thinking. Simple. But most of all, invest in loving yourself unconditionally. Because that'll get you through anything. No matter what. I'm really, really grateful to be alive today again. You know, when you've had all this health issues for so many years and go through everything that I've had to go through, how could I not be grateful every day that I wake up and I feel blessed? Hey, great morning, Jennifer. Love ya. Have a great day. I'm about to come off here. I've been on here for a half an hour, but I'm talking about investment in oneself this morning. There's no bigger return than investing in your own well-being. Hey, great morning, Paris. Love ya. Have a great day. But seriously, we all have to harness that. And you know what? There's no bigger investment than you could make in this world than into your own being. And if you don't take that seriously, remember, people, you're creating results, even with what you're thinking, because the brain's job is to take what you're thinking and turn it into a manifestation. So anything you are even thinking, you are manifesting. But when your brain patterns and your belief systems and 70% of one's thinking is negative and self-destructive and self-limiting, and nobody wants to invest in themselves to correct that, well, you are producing self-limiting results, self-destructive results, okay, whether you like it or not. So, I will watch the replay. Yes, nothing better to invest and then yourself. Everything else will fall into place. That's right. Hey, Smitty, yes, I love you. Have a great weekend. Love you. I love you too, bro. I'm really happy to see you out here. Again, love you. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I had to come out here early this morning. My higher self forced it on me, and I just ride with it when that happens because I love the adventure of it. Because I'll be honest, I don't prepare these lives. Ever. And I don't consciously think about what I'm going to come out here and say. But as I'm floating around in the morning here, and I allow for my higher self to grab me and go, phew, it's time. And when I do, I don't even know what's coming out. And how do I know it's my higher self? Because when I go back and I do watch the replays of this, I go, oh, okay. So, guys, consciously, I love you all, though, okay? But my higher self forces me to come out here and say what it is I have to say. Because there's somebody out here that needs this. And we all are genuinely connected. We're only having unique individual experiences as oneself while you're here. Your energy never dies. But the biggest investment you can make is into your well-being and into yourself. And I hope and pray that you guys all do that. Make the shift. Make the shift. You're a freaking rock star. That's why it comes from your heart. Thanks. I love you. I love you. Thank you for that. It's good to feel a pat on the back. It's good. Guys, I encourage you all to go back and watch the replay. Yes, I do. If you're just hopping on. I love you all. When you see a limit, I want you to get creative. When you see an obstacle, hey, take the time to learn. When you're seeing setbacks, it's okay. It's okay. The universe is working in your favor, and you gotta believe that. And we always think, shit's happening. No, don't ever think that. Because the universe is never working against you. Never. What you have to do in that situation is go, Okay. What do you want to show me today? Because you want to show me something. You want to teach me something. I am open to the learning, and I'm receiving of the tools that I need. I am receiving of whatever it is that you're trying to give me that is going to make my experience easier on me. Because that's what happens. It doesn't matter what we have to live, because we should have a mindset that is healthy enough that we can get through anything on this planet within this experience. I'm going to say it again this morning. You guys are fueled by an unconditional, infinite love in the power of the all-knowing. There is nothing in this experience that is greater than that. That's what your soul's comprised of. That's what's given you life. So the universe invested in you today. You're alive. So don't tell me it hasn't. Now take that power and invest in yourself. And make anything possible for yourself. But first thing you got to do, make loving yourself unconditional possible for your own being. Because there is nothing within this experience that will give you the same return for your being as that investment. Understand that. Guys, I love you all. I want you guys to get the most out of your day. I want you to get the most out of every breathing moment that you are alive. Every minute of it. How do you do that? You love yourself no matter what. You realize that nothing outside of you is greater than the power of what is giving you life. Harness that. Make things happen for yourself. Better thinking, better speaking, better ways of being to yourself and to others. No bigger investment than the investment in yourselves. And the return of that, can't replace that with anything humanly. Seriously. You gotta get that right. Guys, I love you all. You're all magnificent beings capable of absolutely anything. Anything. But while you're investing in others by holding them in your brain, or situations you're replaying, or all the other stuff that's causing harm in your life, you're not investing in yourself. When you're investing in yourself, you are actually taking the time to pause. You are looking for the learning. You are not beating yourself up. You are actually embracing life, being grateful to be alive. You're taking the time to learn about how to be empowering for your own being. Because nobody has that all figured out. Take this magical experience and invest in your well-being. Invest in loving yourself. Invest in proper thinking. You will see from there everything changes. But it's up to you whether you're going to invest in your own being or not. That's not on anybody else. And it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. And it doesn't matter what anybody else is thinking about you. It's what you are thinking about yourself. That's all that matters. Tell yourself good things. Empower yourselves no matter what you are living. It's merely an experience, which you will have many more of, by the way. So don't be so hard on yourself. Seek the learning. Seriously. Guys, I love y'all. Get the most out of your day. Love yourself unconditionally, just the same way you're source for life today. That's right, sis. When you're uncomfortable, you're growing. You know what? We need to get uncomfortable with the way we've been programmed in order to change it. If you're not uncomfortable in your programming, there's a problem. Seriously. People think being aligned and awakened is all this hunky-dory stuff. Listen, it's a lot of learning. A lot of learning, and it never ends. But it doesn't matter what's happening to us. We can be kind and loving to our own being no matter what we are living. And when there's learning in everything, there's no good or bad. And I want you guys to understand it's as easy as we think it's going to be. So if you sit there and tell yourself, oh, this is going to be hard, well, that is what you're producing, because that's what you're thinking. I hope you guys are making the correlations. And if you're thinking shitty thoughts about yourself, you better invest in yourself to change that. Shaming yourself, blaming yourself, denying yourself, judging yourself, non-acceptance of yourself, and not loving yourself is killing yourself. Simple. I want you guys to understand that. So as long as you're doing any of that, you are not getting the most out of your experience, because you're actually committing suicide every day. Seriously. For your own being. You're cutting your lifespan by not being a better being to your own being. So you want to be around for yourself and your experience and your kids and your grandkids? Well, you better be a better being. Invest in your own well-being. Simple. That's the biggest shift that has to happen. It's nothing outside of you. No, you don't have to win the lottery. No, you don't need a PhD. No, you don't need that. No. None of that shit matters. None of it. It's what's happening inside of you that matters. And nothing but. Own your beings. Love yourselves. You will get it right should you invest in yourself. I love y'all. Have a magical day. Have a magical weekend. Get the most out of it. I want you guys to fill your hearts. Practice the pause. Fill your hearts. I know what it's like to walk on unstable ground with new realizations. This stuff is not new to me. Okay? I take self-mastery very serious in my life right now. And nothing else is of highest priority than my self-mastery. I've been on this journey a long time. I understand a lot of people are just now awakening to the fact that they're even programmed, or what's really going on out there. But all of you that are in that phase of just now awakening, you're not crazy. And I'm going to encourage you all today. Believe in yourselves. That's all you got to believe in. Believe in what's fueling you. Seek your answers inside. Calm your mind. Calm your being. Because once you get the learning and once you acquire different perceptions and mindsets and the growth gets larger, well, so does the karmic factors of it, okay? So I'll explain that. Me being an enlightened being, having a spiritual awakening, should I choose to get outside of myself and end up harming another being by my thoughts, by my words, by my actions, or by my doing, my karmic factor of that is a lot bigger than when I was asleep to it all. There's huge responsibility that comes with awareness. And that's to be of service to others, to teach them. And that's why it's huge that I come out here and I do these lives. Because with each live that I do, well, there is more learning that the universe grants me. And that's why I take this so seriously. Because I am investing in my own being. To stay here. Because I love life. I'm grateful to be alive. I love people. And there is nothing more that I love in this experience than nature and people and the way it all functions and the beauty of it all and how wonderful people can truly be and the change that you can see in everything. I'm grateful for my senses that enhance my experience. I'm grateful that I'm mobile. I'm grateful that I can breathe. I'm grateful that I've been given another day to invest in my own experience. I wish you all the same. As I am, I wish for all of you also. Why? Because we're all connected. Anyway, don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel guilty. And don't let others blame you. Don't let others judge you. Change is unique and individual for every single person. You got to live it to learn it. But don't be hard on yourself during it all. There's no point in that. When you realize how hard you've been on your own self this whole time, you're going to change that. Why? Because others taught you how to be hard on yourself. You weren't born like that. You're actually born in a state of unconditional love. It's life that has tarnished your being. So polish yourself up. Invest in yourself. Invest in your own love and light that's given you life. Seriously. The return of that is huge. Nothing earthly can change that. Guys, I love you all. Get the most out of your day. Get the most out of your weekend. Set a high vibe. Be grateful. Yeah, I love you, Jennifer. Hey, have fun camping, eh? That's right. You know what? And the fall thing, you are so right. The weather, the breathing, the everything, it's just, I like fall camping too. Actually, I love it too. It's really cool. I love you. Have a great one. Okay, guys, when you see a limit, get creative. See an obstacle, take the time to learn. When you see a setback, it is meant to happen. You got to assess, reassess, and redirect. There's something you're not seeing. Look inside for your answers. All right? You're sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves you no matter what. So invest in yourselves enough, just the way the universe did today, to give you another day of life. And be grateful for that. All right? I love you all. Have a great day. Peace.